Hey guys, Gamer of Gamers in the Zone, and welcome to episode 2 of Epic Battle Fantasy 3. In the first episode, we took the time to freely explore this village, see what it had to offer. So now that we've got our bearings on where we are, let's go ahead and begin our adventure, starting by heading into this forest. Aha! Our first dungeon. Doesn't look very interesting though. Maybe we'll at least find some decent creatures to eat. We're not here to hunt innocent animals, though I guess it's alright to euthanize some if they get in the way. We should get through this place in 5 minutes. I don't want you two messing around. Let's hurry up and visit the tougher levels so we can hunt real monsters and not the feeble forest vermin. I concur. Let's slaughter everything that moves and get out of here. Alright, what does this sign say? Entrance to the vegetable forest. Beware of slimes and snails. Hunting encouraged to keep down monster population. Okay. Alright, make sure to search as many corners or well sealed up areas as possible, because you never know when you might find a secret chest hanging around. Alright, what do you have to say? We've had reports of a huge volcanic eruption in some distant land. Don't know much about it, but it must have been some disaster if people around here could see it. Take it easy. Lancelot over there is the highest ranking knight in town, so he gets first choice of equipment. He took all the weapons, and all I've got left is this shovel. My job is annoying. Oh, and this guy's named Arthur. Maybe I should just ditch this place and become an adventurer. Just thinking, yeah, not exactly a king, are you anymore, Arthur, huh? You guys know the old story of King Arthur? I'm sure the vast majority of you do. Whoa there, youngsters. Do you know where you're going? This forest is dangerous. There's been all sorts of trouble around here. That's why we've been stationed here to protect the town. Excuse us, but we're not from around here, and we're not ordinary village folk either. We've got quite a bit of experience. We runts like you? Well, if you say so. You might want to warm up on those weak green bush enemies behind me, though, just to get some practice. Alright, so let's take his recommendation and check out the bush enemies. Well, these guys look weak. Looks like 1 or 2 hits should bring them down. So a few new things added to the game is that, well, one, of course, there's your typical options as well as, a unique variety of items. Can still not just be able to change Matt's swords like you could in the previous game, but also his clothing and hat. You can do that for every single party member. So, before anything, the one thing you want to do when you meet a new enemy is use Lance's scan ability. So instead of the scan bot being like a thing you can summon, you have Lance here with his scan ability. So scan, get data on a foe, bestiary gets updated. So let's see what we got here. Green bush, type small shrub, a timid creature well hidden among other plants. So then it gives you, of course, its weaknesses and resistances. So should be easy to just start out with some typical regular attacks on these guys. Very simple stuff. And yes, I know we're playing on epic difficulty, but these guys really shouldn't be that big of a deal, since we are just starting the game and already dodging our attacks. Impressive. So yeah, despite Lance's main weapon being a gun, he is able to, of course, perform melee attacks as well. Reasonably powerful. Of course, it's stronger than Natalie's attacks, but it's obviously weaker than Matt's physical attacks. Lance is an interesting party member, that's all I'm gonna say. Also, as mentioned before in the previous episode, you can just regenerate your stats by just walking around. Easier way to... Yes, pro tip, hit the enemies until they die. That a good tip, Matt. So, like always, I'm gonna scan a new enemy. This is the red bush, a rare variety of bush with better defensive skills. But yeah, you can take any turn in any order you want. So let's see what sort of abilities we have here. Oh yeah, we can flee from any battle. There's no drawback you get from fleeing aside from the fact that, you know, you don't get any kind of rewards for defeating the monsters. Ooh, another thing... well, actually, I'll get to that later. But let's go ahead and start out for now. Let's see. Earth Ball casts Rock Slide and deals Earth damage. Do these guys have Earth resistances? Well, let's start seeing what kind of spells Natalie has. Just to see what Natalie's capable of. See what sort of abilities we have here. Right now, Matt only has one Bushido ability, which is Tremor, and a 50% Earth-based elemental attack. So, very basic stuff so far. And, like always, we have our basic healing abilities. Still kind of weak for a healing spell. Guess we should hold on to our fruit until I get a bit better with this skill. Very good idea. And then our first special here that Matt has is Temper, which basically is just a move designed to increase one's attack power. It's like having unlimited beer, except I'll mainly use it on myself and lose my turn. Let's see here. Right now, Lance only has one shooting ability, which is Double Shot. Weapon standard attack that hits twice, useful for getting twice the special effect from a weapon. We'll get plenty of better abilities later on, but a good place to start. Ew, snails. Remove them, please. They do look rather pathetic, but they seem to be blocking some paths, so maybe our extermination efforts will be rewarded. Here's an even better tip. Don't die. Munch on some kiwi or something if you get tired. Good tip. Let's see, what do I want to do? I suppose to start, let's of course have Lance scan one of those snails. Garden snail type vegetable destroyer. Destroyer of your crops, attacks with water. An interesting fact is that although we don't have any water abilities in this game, like we don't have any water-based like special attacks or anything like that, but there are some, I think, water-based weapons, as well as, you know, some enemies having water-based attacks. Alright, let's see, are these guys weak to earth? No, they're not. Oh no, wait, they are. I'm not paying attention. Let's see what the Earth Ball does. So that causes a... I thought it had... I must not be paying close enough attention or something, but I thought it clearly said that its weakness was... There we go. And it just... That one just boosted its defenses. Oh yeah, I also believe, similar to previous games, Natalie can, I believe, heal by doing what she always does, which is, of course, defending, and if she gets hit by a magic attack, yeah. You know what happens there. But I think that's about all to show for now. There's plenty of foods here, most of them being buffs or healing. You know, it shows you there's also miscellaneous items like, you know, the garlic, that's special stuff. We'll get to all of this later in the game, but for now, let's focus on continuing with gameplay. Let's start by taking out this other snail. So right now it has some reasonably high defense, and I would like to get through this as quickly as possible. The bush just increased its attack power. So this should take it out. There we go. And we got enough to level up. We got some secret areas back here. We just crawled through a tree. I did not sign up for this. Isn't nature great? There are plenty of treasure chests we'll come across throughout our adventure, sometimes containing random items, maybe healing items. There might be instances they contain key items. I can't entirely remember the full details. But yeah, just focus mainly on taking out as many monsters as you come across in this game. Make sure to use your scan ability. Yeah, I've been using the scan ability. Here we go, I'll use it here. The green slime, the most common resident of every forest, is very weak and only uses standard attacks. So let's take these guys out with... Let's start by taking out those garden snails as quickly as possible. So Natalie, go ahead and use a spell on that one over there. Natalie actually has some pretty good magic attack damage. So yeah, even though we're playing on epic difficulty, these enemies really aren't that tough. Dun, dun, dun. Still some good atmospheric music as well. I can appreciate some good music to fit the mood. Alright, that just leaves the snail. He's really trying to buff his defenses. You don't exactly have enough health to really last another attack there, buddy. Alright, more chests. Again, search carefully for everything, because there could be chests being covered up that you may not notice. What do you have to say? My boyfriend over there wants to protect the town from green slimes, but it looks like his experience level is too low. Isn't he cute? I promised him we'd get married when he defeats a green slime. I'm so excited. Yeah, I mean, those green slimes are easy. I'm sure it should be simple. Did you know that monsters that are a higher level than you evade attacks much better? I can't hit those targets over there because they're at a much higher level than me. I can't hit anything. Ugh. Alright, more items. Let's take on another wave of monsters. I should think about, after this battle, maybe taking the time to look for some abilities. So, starting after this fight, let's first take out the snail to make sure he can't heal or buff its defenses. So all these other... weak. I could survive many of those. Yeah, we could survive a lot of this. This is nothing. You really don't need to worry about health early on in the game. So just focus on getting through this. And that should be... That wasn't enough? Really now? Okay, these guys are being a little bit more resilient than I thought. But yeah, in total, you can... Yeah, you'll be going up against at maximum 5 monsters every wave. That'll usually be how it goes. And why don't we have you shoot that bush up there, and then have Natalie... Let's have Natalie continue to do regular attacks, because they don't deal much damage, and that guy only needs one more hit to go out anyway. Oh yeah! Some enemies, when poisoned, like these green slimes here, can actually heal from poison. So if an enemy has resistance to poison, and they're poisoned, they can heal from the poison instead of taking damage. Alright, what do you have to say? I snuck out of town to have a look around. I've heard rumors of something big happening at Volcano Peak. That place is miles away though, so I'm asking travelers for details. Get out of here, kid. You'll die. It's safer back in town. Good choice. I'm not a kid. Oh, by the way, there's a treasure chest hidden down by those trees over there. Keep a lookout for those. Alright. And yeah, like I said, keep a lookout for well-made areas that could be well hidden. I was not ready to go in that room yet. Foes that block paths will never respawn, but the others will when you leave the screen. If your team gets wiped out or flees from battle, the foe that you defeated will remain on the map. Slaying foes is key to a healthy lifestyle. That's an interesting device you've got there, my son. I'm not your son, and it's called a scouter. I stole it from a guy with a rough attitude and a tail. With a rough attitude and a tail? Oh. It seems to gauge an opponent's power level. Seems like you already know a bit about it. Remember to use your scan ability on as many foes as possible. The information you gain will be forever stored in the bestiary. and can be used across many saved games. Yeah, similar to the first and second Epic Battle Fantasy, you'll probably be coming across a decent amount of references here and there. So keep a close eye out for those. I forgot to go get some upgrades. I will make sure to do that first thing after this fight, because I keep forgetting to get some upgrades. And yes, there are upgrades in this game, as I'll show you after this. Why don't we go for the bush here? No. Then we'll have Lance shoot the slime. Ooh, one hit, nice. Again, no need to be smart with your items or anything yet. Okay, I believe that's everything on the screen, but whenever you go into the menu, there are a variety of upgrades we can have here. For the time being, you want to focus a lot on skills, because as you defeat monsters, not only will you collect XP, but you'll also collect ability points, and as you collect ability points, you can, like, learn stuff. So let's see, what do I need here? Because I want to get screen covering abilities, and this one I can't learn yet. The good old Wind Slash from the previous game, which I need Quick Slash. That one requires 40. I'm currently at 20. I don't want to waste it on Nettle yet, though I suppose it is a new ability, but I want to focus as much as possible towards new stuff. Ooh, early game, I'm sure I'll want the Flame Shot. So I'm going to get that. Achievement, get learner. Then, what can I get with Natalie? Again, I think I'm also going to go with a fire spell for Natalie, because vast majority of the enemies in this forest are weak to fire. So I suppose while it's not any kind of screen covering attacks, I suppose it's something. Alright, what all do we have up here? I have in my possession a very peculiar staff. It seems to vastly increase my magic's accuracy. If you lend me your time, I may allow you to borrow it. That huge lump of slime hasn't left that spot in hours, so I'm just enjoying some tea while we're stranded. I guess we're not really in a hurry anyway. The smell of those pigs is rather disgusting, though. Oh my, hello there. You wouldn't happen to have some big wings and old wood, would you? A lot of items needed. I don't think we have those guys in the bestiary. Let's check those guys out. We have furry slimes, a gelatin animal, a slime that bred with a furry animal, slightly stronger than normal green slimes. Okay, so let's check out some of our new spells here, starting with, is this guy? No, that guy's resistant to fire. Let's try some fire on... Nice, I've learned a fire spell. That should wipe out those bush and slime enemies pretty quick. Yeah. Let's start by just unleashing some regular attacks. And yikes, they're all going out. They're really wanting to take out Natalie. Yikes. That was a lot tougher than I expected. Let's see. Yeah, that guy's resistant to fire. I want to unleash some well-made fire attacks. In the meantime, let's have Matt use Tremor on the slime enemy. And I'm actually going to want to have Natalie heal. Yeah, let's have Natalie heal. Just make the smarter choice here. I did not expect them to already be close to beating Natalie. No worries, that didn't even tickle. Alright, let's see a proper fire spell done on an enemy and see how much damage it deals. That was some good damage. It's already almost finished. So yeah, we're about done here. And good, they're not constantly trying to go at Natalie again. That was a little bit of an annoyance before. Again, these waves are still very simple. I just wanted to attack something while talking to NPCs. Green slimes and garden snails have destroyed most of the crops. Land within the town boundaries is expensive, so I'll have to deal with this, I guess. Things have been getting worse since that volcano erupted, though. Wonder if that's gotten the monsters angry. Good question. If some of your allies die in battle, they'll be revived with 1 HP when you finish. Status problems are also healed when you finish battle. Garlic is cheap, so you should keep a decent stockpile of it, until you learn Purify anyway, but even Purify it won't work if you're siphoned. That is a true fact. You'll want to keep that in mind. Alright. I've been guarding this path for many years now. Countless challengers I have warded off. Behind me is a sacred forest grotto, and I'm afraid I can't let in just anyone. Well, what can we do to get inside? Only those who are pure of heart and have collected 10 medals may enter. If you can accomplish that, I may deem you worthy. Something we'll find out about later on in the game. Let's take on this enemy over here. Is that a new... No, that's just another furry slime. Can sometimes be a little bit hard to tell the differences with some of these enemies, but nonetheless, they're all the same. And you're weak to fire, right? Yeah, you are. Go down. Oh yeah, another thing that I should have let you know about. There are 2 waves in this game. Or no. Well, for this fight, there's 2 waves. There can be more than 1 wave in a fight. And they can get pretty tough. I believe in total there can be a maximum of 3 waves in a fight. At least in this game. Alright, take out those guys real easily, so we don't have to worry about those. And start chipping away at the furry slimes. How many ability points do we need until we can start getting some proper upgrades on our skills? Also, something that I should have probably pointed out earlier as well is, as you've seen so far traveling, unlike most RPGs where you maybe have to be in a specific area, or, something. Why is someone farming bacon out here? We might as well just grab one. Oh, fine, I'll leave the pigs alone. I believe, this game, as you've seen, its monsters are always in a standstill, so you can select which monsters you want to fight. Which is really neat to me, because if there's one thing I don't like when traveling through an area, it's... Ooh, a star clear clip. Boosts the power of Lucky Star in Star Shower. Didn't expect to find that early on. Did I talk to these guys already? I don't think I have. That giant screen slime has been blocking the road for some time. I wish someone would take care of it already so we can get through this forest. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Have you learnt any new skills yet? Remember to check out the skills menu when you have some AP. A lot of enemies here are weak against fire. You may want to invest in some fire elemental abilities. It's good to have a decent variety of skills so you already have one that'll work against a new foe. True. You guys don't seem to have anything better to do anyway. Don't give me that look. Alright, let's see here. MP, HP and MP will slowly... Okay, yeah, I already talked about this. Slay foes to gain experience points, yep. Ability points to gain new skills, which can be chosen in the abilities window, and gold to buy potions and other items. You can change your equipment in the equips menu, but you might not find any for a while. You should keep random items you find, gather a few, and you can forge certain upgrades for your equipment in the forge window. Alright, so let's move on to the obstacle-based enemy over here that everyone's making a big deal out of. Alright, let's start out by taking out the green slime. Then I'm gonna have Natalie go for the animal slime, or furry slime, as it's properly called. And let's unleash a regular attack. Rude. Also, why did I waste MP on that? I should have just done a regular attack. That guy's pretty big. I'm sure he's got the same weaknesses as the little slimes, though. Wonder what kind of attacks he's got. I don't know, but let's start out by taking out the smaller slimes first, since we don't have any screen covering attacks yet. So I think what I'm going to do is, of course, like always, have Lance scan the slime, giant green slime, forest dwelling slime, huge version of the common green slime, attacks with wind and poison skills. Okay, I still have a few turns left to take. Let's cast... Actually, let's focus fire spells towards the big green slime, and I'll have Matt unleash... Okay, maybe I should have thought about that a little more carefully. That was a waste of an attack. Then Natalie's getting a little bit low on health, so I think I'm going to focus this turn towards healing her. And then just keep having Matt do regular attacks. Might want to rethink some things, though, because Matt is in a little bit of trouble. Fire, ice. Hang on, is the fire ability count? No, it counts as a magic attack. Okay. Alright, let's take it down with some fire. Then, how much will... Okay, no, it has resistance to Earth, so that'll be a waste of a move. What kind of items? No, it has resistance to Earth. Might want to real quickly focus some Kiwi towards healing Natalie. I know I don't exactly want to focus Matt towards support, but since these are the two with the fire abilities, that's really all I can do at this point. He's almost down, though, so should just be able to... Something huge. It wasn't so tough after all. I went with the double shot just in case of the possibility he dodges it. Figured it'd be better that way. Okay, how much more do we got here? Why don't we start by going for areas like this should have some hidden treasures or passages. Have fun crawling through those bushes, hee. Yeah, there is, I believe, an area back here that we can get to. And already find some secret treasure chests. Ooh, boost the power of the Soul Spear. Boosts the power of fire attacks. The Nurse Hat boosts the power of heal and heal more. A spell... Wait a minute, that's where we get the Nurse Hat? Interesting, I thought there was a different point where we get the Nurse Hat in the online, in-browser version of this game. Any other treasure chests back here? None that I can see so far, but seeing how these guys aren't all that tough, I think I'm gonna give Matt the Soul Spear just to have an easier time with some of these enemies. Let's fight these guys first. Of course, have Lance scan them first. Haunted Tree, type Evil Spirit. Old tree possessed by evil can inflict stun and poison. Okay. So, of course, they're weak to fire. They should be... Yes, there we go. Oh, I just realized it. The color of the attack kind of indicates whether it's super effective or not very effective. Clever! I didn't even notice that. They stunned all three of us, really? Those spores can stun you, but... Yeah, they just stunned all three of us in a single blow. That was kind of stupid. That's something that was not in the in-browser version of this game. Stop pretending to be a faux tree. You're just a tree. But yeah, since the Bloodblade isn't as useful as I thought it would be early on, we might as well just go with this setup. Whoever of us has the highest accuracy should probably attack those crows. Looks like they can dodge well. And yes, they can dodge. Most flying enemies are usually able to dodge well. Swift Crow, type Scavenger Bird, an evasive bird which searches for shiny gems. So I think I'm going to start by having Matt use Tremor on the snail, since snails always manage to... Okay, this thing doesn't have any weakness to fire, so why don't we go with Lucky... Maybe have Natalie use Lucky Star instead. Since that always has the chance of dealing some good damage. Defenses just got lowered on Matt. So why don't I focus a regular attack towards the bush, have Natalie... Or no, I think Lance, one of the advantages he has with his weapons is having good accuracy with his weapons, so I think we'll want to focus Lance towards that path. Take out the snail before it gets its defenses up. So we're doing pretty good, and yeah, I guess we didn't need the Blood Blade as much as we do right now. Did I talk to you already? I can't remember. There's not that many travelers past here. Good luck if you want to get through to the other side of the forest. There's some large leaf eaters up ahead that can boost their defense. Better knock them out before they have a chance. Remember to keep your 8 HP up. Heal more is a worthwhile skill to get, though it might be a bit early to make much use of it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that a little bit difficult to make use of. So mainly we just want to focus on abilities and stuff that can take these guys out as quickly as possible. So that's going to be my strategy to this for the time being, just taking these guys out as quickly as possible. That is a very good attack to go with. Are these guys weak to earth? No, they're resistant to earth. Actually, why didn't I just use Temper on Lance? That would make this so much easier. Alright, let's go with another Lucky Star, and it misses. Thought it was lucky. And attack. Oh, they have attacks that can lower accuracy? That might be a problem, except Lance still has some pretty high accuracy, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. It is still a bit of a minor annoyance, though. There we go, that dealt some decent damage. Only one left. None of Lance's attacks missed. Yeah, that's one thing I think that gives Lance a bit of a minor advantage, is since he's using ranged weaponry with modern tech that they have high accuracy. Was not thinking about that. So why don't we do that again? Buff his attack power. And then have him focus all out on just shooting down those sparrows. Meantime, I'll have the other two focus on the tree. No one got stunned. Also, that sparrow's actually quite tough. Another level up, so I think we're off to a good start. And we've used up quite a bit of time. How are we doing on side quests? Can we give anyone anything? No, we can't. Well, yeah, there's the entire... As you can see, monsters we've scanned. We can look at their information anytime. What did I want? Oh, yeah. I wanted to go to the skills menu so I could get some upgrades, starting by giving Matt that, so I can start saving up for the Wind Slash. Quick Slash is a high accuracy move, very little damage, that there's really no reason to use it. I only got it so I could, you know, have the chance of getting Wind Slash, which is a very nice early on ability. I could get No Legs, but I really want to focus on multi-hitting attacks, so I'm going to focus towards saving up for Wind Slash for Matt. Lance, what else do I want to get? Snipe, weapons, very high accuracy attack. Again, Lance already has some decently high accuracy on his own, but since we're still in the early game, I suppose we can go for some high accuracy attacks. Oh, and I still have enough AP for the Plasma skill, which is basically a 75% Thunder magic attack. That'll be fairly useful. And then Natalie. What can I offer to Natalie? Because of course there is heal more, the obvious choice, but we can also do some other things here. We can upgrade some for other spells, power up some of, or give her a new spell. Let's give her an ice spell and a thunder spell. I figured that'd be a good way to go. Give her some variety that we can use. Can we upgrade anything yet? We can upgrade the Soul Spear to level 2. So why don't we do that? Any stat? No. Oh, I forgot we had a variety of different weapons as well, though most of them aren't the most useful abilities. And let's see here. Based off the abilities we can get, we can upgrade Natalie's dress. We can also upgrade the White Mage dress. Yeah, an interesting detail I'd like to point out is the fact that we both have Natalie's dress from the first Epic Battle Fantasy, the White Mage dress, and her dress from the second game, the red dress. An interesting little piece of detail that I just wanted to point out. Wait, what can you... Okay, we can upgrade the pink flower. All the way up to level 3 we can upgrade the pink flower too. Which will be useful since it has some good resistances, well, except to fire, but it'll still be a decent while until we come across any fire-based enemies. So, with that, I believe this will be a good stopping point for this episode. We've gotten a decent ways into the forest. I don't know how many episodes it'll take to get through each area, but I'm sure it'll go decently well as we continue to play through the game. But that being said, we're making some good progress for the start of the game. So far, nothing serious yet, though I'm sure, I will guarantee you, since we are playing on epic difficulty, that it will get tougher. We are playing on epic difficulty, right? Let me just make sure. And of course, there's no way to tell if this is epic difficulty or not. I'm sure that I went with epic difficulty for this game. I'm sure of it. But right now I have no way to prove it right now, so I'll just get out of here. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and as always, if you enjoyed this episode and wish to see more of my content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay notified of future uploads. And until next time, this is the Gamer of Gamers, and stay excellent, everyone!